evening, good morning, good afternoon. Let's put a nice bright filter as it is still a sunny day, even though it's almost 7 o'clock. 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Welcome, everyone. Today is for real unexpected live video. So, welcome everyone. Thanks to everybody who joined yesterday. I got some requests. Some of you wanted to watch the video, but most likely this video will be posted on Patreon during this weekend. So if you are a supporter of the channel, you'll be able to see last night live show. And I hope it will be helpful for you. But tonight, or this beautiful evening, I have an unexpected video because one of my very new subscribers sent me a Cash App topic request that I could not ignore. First of all, I appreciate the effort and I appreciate the support of the channel, but the question of it was absolutely give me chills, and that's why I want to share with you. So there are so many videos on YouTube that have probably tens of thousands and millions of views that talk about how to get your ex back, right? How to get your ex back, how to what it is, different tricks and manipulation. And I want to talk today about the fact that you most likely do not need to get anybody back, especially if you are a lady, especially if somebody left you suddenly, disappeared, and blocked you on every social media. So the lady that reached out to me, let's call her Jennifer. I don't know. um, she was pretty heartbroken and just absolutely lost because after 7 to 8 years of engagement, which is very strange on its own, but after very long engagement, her fiance blocked her on every social media and left, disappeared. So she reached out to me and she was mentioning how she truly enjoyed my positive outlook, but she kind of hinted that it would be hard for her to have a positive outlook because somebody that she was with had disappeared and she's heartbroken and she's, she doesn't know how to make it to another day, that she's devastated. So let's look at this. This is going to be more from woman perspective, for a woman, right? For a lady. For men it's slightly different, but a lot of things could actually be relevant as well. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, guys. I'm so glad to be able to have some time to come on right now because yesterday it sure was a late night show. So but anyway, welcome everyone, whether you're watching now or you will join the replay. So first of all, sometimes we call devastated, upset, my life will never be the same. But a lot of times we are thinking emotions. We do not actually feel particular things, but we think them. We think, okay, if somebody left, um, if somebody left we have to be in tears. If somebody done something, if somebody preferred somebody else to us, we should be heartbroken. It's not always the case. Very often we are thinking our emotions. We are thinking, we're not actually feeling them. We are thinking, and we talk more and more and more, and we go all the way into it when we really don't have to. Hi Jerry, this is actually not her, it's him. And you join later. This couple was engaged for 7 to 8 years, and one day he disappeared. He just disappeared, blocked her on every media, and as far as she knows, he is with another woman, right? He's I don't know if he's getting married or what he's doing, but he's with another woman. So she wants him back. She wants to turn her life around and all of that. And I just wanna share my take on this. Okay, first of all, one thing that you should do. Thank you so much for your support. Appreciate that. Um, very much I do. First of all, what you should really do is make sure you block him on every social media as well. Make sure that you block his phone number, you block his social media, his Instagram, his Facebook, his Twitter, everything under the sun that you had put now your control over the situation, because last thing you want is being vulnerable and receive a call from him in the middle of the night when he may just come and check on you and disappear again and break your heart. That was his choice to leave. Was his choice to end things, not to tell you anything, to do this abruptly. That was his choice. It's unfortunate in a way, but that he chose that. But that was his choice. So now you have to take your power back and make sure that you are no longer part of somebody's ever-changing mood, and that you can take yourself on a stable, steady ground. That is so important, that you can take yourself on a very stable, steady ground, because you can forever try to look for answers, chase somebody. I will get into chasing in a minute, but will that bring you happiness? Will that bring you in the right path in life? So if somebody chose decision, if somebody take a decision, if somebody chose someone over you, um that is okay. Yes, you may have to grieve, you may have to cry, you may have to. I believe when you truly, deeply, passionately love somebody, you need some time to grieve, you need some time to cry, it's pretty much like death. It's pretty much no different than death, unless you were done with that with them, and you are deep down you're really happy that they left. That's sometimes also the case. But if that was unexpected and you were hoping to be with that person, you have to give yourself some time to grieve and cry and do all of the above. Meanwhile, you should block your phone, because you should block their phone, their numbers, their social media, because this is a time where you can't get any more pain anymore. You will subconsciously waiting to hear from them, you will be suffering, you will be crying. Sometimes, when they have to cut your leg or cut your arm to save your body, they don't do it in pieces, they don't do it slowly. You have to have a surgery, and your cancer, your body part, your limb, or whatever else has to be removed so they can preserve the entire body, right? So if you're gonna be doing it slowly, maybe he took the wrong. You don't decide for another person. They took a decision, and the best thing you can do is to respect it. The best thing you can do is take control over your own life, especially in these situations that you were not married yet. And honestly, if somebody is engaged to you for 8 years, they already had taken a decision. They already had taken a decision to be a placeholder in your life. They already had taken a decision to not take a decision. And this is why you guys remember my video, don't be what it was, don't be a girlfriend and you will be a wife. So ladies on my channel, please check that one out. Don't be a girlfriend and you will be a wife. So in this situation, you don't have to do a lot of things. She already she already moved to another place, so there is no legal problems or anything like that. Anyway, let's keep going. So one thing you do, number one, as I just mentioned, you block the person. Second, you let yourself grieve, you let yourself cry, because this is non-reversible. This is non-reversible. And also because somebody took a decision, and there is no power in the world that can make them come back. There is no point in manipulating techniques and no in this particular case. You know, when people talk about this and they decide to take a break to reflect, it can go both ways. That's completely different. But when somebody took a decision for you, they moved on, there is no power in the world or no amount of manipulation that will help you. In fact, if you're gonna try to stalk him on his social media, you know, check out his pictures with the new woman, you will miss out on your own life, on your new cycle, you know, on your new adventure, you know, on your new, how to say this, it's only 7 o'clock, I'm forgetting. On a new beginning in your life, basically, because this era with this man, let's call him John, the era with John is ended, whether you wanted that or not. But the era of him, the era with him had ended. It ended suddenly, it ended abruptly, but it ended. So yes, you are in the next phase. By trying to follow somebody on social media, it's like, you know, you're trying to look, when the door is closed and you're trying to look in a, in a keyhole in a door and see what's going on. This is what you're going to be spending your time on, instead of having your own experiences, instead of moving on. We all, the thing about people, we all losing. Oh my gosh, it's raining. Is it? The sorry, the thing about all of us people that we are addicted to stability. We are addicted to certain people, and it is painful sometimes to let things go. And I think one thing in life, if I've learned something in the last couple of years, one thing in life, one of the best thing in life that we can do and learn and accept, that we sometimes have to let go. As painful as it is, we have to learn how to let go. We are a lot more comfortable when we are in familiar circumstance, when we are with people who are familiar to us, when we are in a city that's familiar to us. We feel a lot more comfortable, right? We feel a lot more comfortable when things are not changing, they are stable and they are the same. That is probably why you were for 7 to 8 years in an engagement, because everybody understands that 7 to 8 years engagement is really means I do not want to marry you. But I mean, people sometimes have long distance. Sometimes there are people get in United States. People get some settlements, and there are some reasons for this. But in this case, that was just time and space holder. So by trying to look and check what he is doing, you will keep yourself from moving on and experiencing life. If one thing we need to learn how to go through in life, and be okay with that. If I would realize that skill earlier, we have to learn how to lose and let go. We are going to lose people. We are going to lose people that we love very much. And I'm not trying to be insensitive, because breaking up with somebody that you deeply love, to my personal experience, it feels like death. It's feel like that, and sometimes it's even more painful, because you may still have a hope. You may still have a hope. When it's death, after a while you accept it, you suffer, you grieve, but after a while you have no other choice but accept it. It's non-reversible. And that's why my main advice was block this person, block them, because right when you're going to be about to heal, this person may show up in your space again, not because they love you, but because they miss the comfort, because for their own ego or any other ideas they may have. But if they did what they did, you will have hard time to ever trust them again, right? So it will be, you will, it's almost like, there is a unsafe neighborhood and you leave your house unlocked. So you're not necessarily going out of your house to become a target, but you kind of inviting for a trouble, because if in that neighborhood people would come to know that your house is unlocked, they will go for it. And knowing that you're unarmed and your house is unlocked, so at any moment you are you can easily become a target. At any moment you will become a victim, right? So yes, you absolutely have to block the social media, guys. And this one works for men and for women. You absolutely have to unfollow and block the social media, because you're gonna be bleeding, you're gonna be suffering, you're gonna be imagining, you will not be living your life. So if you need to grieve, grieve. If you need to cry, cry. If you need to go for some help, go ahead and do it. But do not be stalking somebody, that is the most that is the saddest thing in the world, when you have to stalk somebody, when you do that, right? Hi everybody. I'll continue in a second. So we are talking today, I'm making a video response, and I think I actually do like this format very much. When people request topics, they shortly describe the situation and they send me Cash App or PayPal or an email, and describes their situation, and I can make a video. Of course, if you send a Cash App or PayPal, I'm gonna make it sooner. And I do appreciate your support, because we're taking time of our day to do this. But if you can't, if you're really struggling, you can send me a detailed email, and if your topic is more or less relevant, I will still help you, so don't worry. Yes, and for those of you who were asking about last night's stream, it will be available on Patreon over the weekend. Thank you so much. Thank you, Bill. Yes, if you want to support the show, this is my Cash App. I truly appreciate your support. I'm not sure if you guys know this, but most of my content is not monetized. So everything you do, everything helps, and I appreciate this. I will be doing my videos even if I never make another cent, but when I get appreciation, it means a lot to me. It really gives me the feedback. Танюша, привет. Hello, Tati. Oh, thank you, Brianna. Are you trying to make me a compliment? Thank you so much, honey. Jay Bear says 2 to 3 years tops. After that, you become a booty call, especially if you are paying for the marriage as a couple. Exactly. 8 years engagement sounds unhealthy already. As I said, sometimes you have a situation when you are in long distance. Sometimes you have settlements that somebody receives won't receive a settlement unless they remain single for a certain amount of years. I mean, there are some legal, territorial, or logistic, and some other things, but this was none of the above. And she mentioned that in a letter, that it just was a long, long, long overdue engagement. So anyway, hello, hello, Lance. Welcome, and Jerry, of course, everybody, guys. Hello, hello. So I don't want to go too far. Let me see some more comments. Yeah, fear of commitment for sure, Jerry. It's weird. 7 years. I mean, you can have a child that will go to second grade by that time. So that's a bit weird. Um So anyway, but we are not judging anybody. This person reached out to me. This is my new subscriber, and she had enough of trust in me, and she reached out to me. She wanted to ask for some tips how what to do. So she basically told me that she's lost, life is over, what to do now. And I want to say life is never over. While your heart is beating, life is never over, right? You have an incredible time to start a new era. This man knew you certain way, right? He knew you from certain angle, from certain point. He knew certain parts of your personality. You probably have not been living fully this 7 8 years due to things you shared. You probably were living in fear. You probably were restricted of doing some things because you unfortunately were a placeholder where you were kind of halfway. You were in between for a very long time. So why don't you take this and take advantage of it? Why don't you take this and fully enjoy of things that are now fully accessible to you? I remember having a friend. She also got engaged and got married right before either right before or right after I was moving to the United States for the same reasons. And I remember after about 6 months living with her husband, she came to my apartment in Kiev, Ukraine. And she was like, oh my God, can we go to the store? I want to get some black tea, not green, not yellow, not white. I want to get some black tea. I want to get some specific kind of chocolates, and I want to get mayonnaise. I want to get so much of mayonnaise. So she was engaged and married to a man that was health nut, and he would not let her have anything that she enjoyed from time to time. And she wanted a cigarette too. She said, you have no idea how miserable my life is at times. He has no compromise. I have to be this health nut. Yes, mayonnaise of all things. She's like, it was still the time when I used to eat mayonnaise. So it was a long time ago. So I think I may have had it in the fridge, but that was, early 2000s. That was a long, long time ago when your girl used to have mayonnaise once in a while. Right now, it's not even like this product does not exist for me. But long story short, she had this 3 or 4 days when she came to visit me, and she felt so free. She was like a child, trying this, eating this. I'm heavily against smoking, but in that particular situation, I was like, what the hell? You need to smoke, just go on the balcony. She was just like a thirsty, starving, control, most of all, mind controlled person. And you know what? Sometimes you have to sacrifice. Almost always when you live with a partner, you have to negotiate and sacrifice. So long story short, for my dear new subscriber who requests this video, take advantage of this. Think about the things you hadn't done. Think about the man you hadn't seen. Think about the opportunities that you missed out on because somebody would have been upset, and create a completely new life scenario. Create a new dream, a new vision, and enjoy it before you jump into any other man, into any other drama. It doesn't have to be a drama also. Before you jump into anything, before you commit another, well, I'm gonna say before you have another commitment or anything like this, enjoy the freedom. Just really enjoy it. Just feel it. Best of all, if you have an opportunity, take a trip somewhere. It really does help a lot. Depends on your budget and where you are at. It doesn't even have to be that exotic or that far away. Take a trip. Because when we take a trip, we look at things from the perspective. It gives us a break. We change our environment and we change inside. So long story short, we have this saying in Russia and Ukraine: if your fiance left for somebody else, you never know who was the lucky one. I'm gonna say this again. If your fiance left for someone else, how do you know who was the lucky one? Правда, Танюш? Um, если если ваша невеста ушла к другому, то еще неизвестно, кому повезло. Или если ваш жених ушел к другой, еще неизвестно, кому повезло. You never know who is the lucky one when somebody else left you. When somebody left you for someone else, right? We do hate changes. We hate losing. We hate, sometimes we would even agree for very unhappy, very stagnant, very boring, very predictable life, but it's familiar to us. And I want to say that often it's sad because, I lost very few dear people, not very few. I lost quite a few very dear close people to me in this last couple of years. And I can tell you one thing: losing them, seeing people being gone in a heartbeat, taught me a lot. It taught me once again the importance of being in that moment and living your own life and doing things that you truly want to do. And it is difficult because sometimes you feel social pressure. Some people want to see you here, some people want to see you there, some people do not want you to travel. I shared with you guys, if you follow my channel for a while, you know that I took a lot of travels, domestic and international ones. Almost every single travel, I would have incredible family drama going on. And guess what? Since last year, we have travel restrictions and all these lockdowns. And also, I am happy to be in a good house, but I do realize that we have these things. These are God's gifts. We are not in control of when, how, and where and where that would be the last time you taken this trip, And I wanted to make that video talking about mothers and mothers' love. One of the most amazing things that as parents, mothers, and fathers can give to their children is to give them the gift of experiences, the gift of exploration, and also the gift of free expressions of their desires. When you can actually, so few of us, if you would have full freedom right now, so few of us would actually have a plan what they want to do, because so often you're under pressure. Either that's your boss, your relationship, your social status, your economical status, your financial status or situation. A lot of times you're so constricted, you're always in this box, you always need to jump through certain hoops, and you're always in this box, you are captured in that box. And when that box is taken away, sometimes you will still be inside of that box even though the box is taken away. I was thinking today, I have several desires of doing certain things, and I realized I even afraid to think about them. So my dear friend who had requested this video, think about things that you always wanted to do, but you couldn't do them because you were in an 8 year long relationship that put their constraints and do that. So that would just bring you back to life. And once you're back to life, you start your new era. And once again, you're on your journey in this life. Last thing I would say, do not try to paint these 8 years as a bad thing, and focus on all the terrible things that he had done. Try to look and be very grateful for the fun you have had, because if you stayed with him for 8 years, unless you have extremely low self-esteem and you know you struggle with things, most likely you had a lot of fun moments, fun stuff, experiences, romance, all kinds of things that people do, right? They definitely be very grateful for those wonderful good things, and be very grateful that this person had decided to be honest with you. And instead of keeping that, leading you on for longer, they had the guts to show you with their action that they are done. They probably did not have the courage to talk to you, but at least they had the courage to not make it another 8 years and give you a couple more children and mortgages on top of that. So these are my thoughts. I think it's extremely important to work through the anger and frustration, because when you leave with anger and frustration, it's gonna take you a long, long time till you can be with anybody else. And if you had a lot of positive moments, you might as well be grateful that you have had them. So for me personally, I am never in a in a in a situation that I hate. I can do it for a short time. Sometimes life, you meet people in lives that in your environment, this or that, but it really hurts, and sometimes you have to burst people's bubble and you have to tell them the truth. But in society sometimes make you believe that you are a bad person if you tell people the truth. I can tell you on that one, people literally would believe that you are a bad person because you have the courage to tell them how you really think. Don't let that be you. When somebody tells you, oh, thank you, precious face alone, thank you for subscribing, I appreciate that very much, thank you. So have the courage to have that soul surgery. Sometimes you we have physical surgeries, but we also sometimes need a soul surgery. Sometimes we need to go and address that pain and anxiety and all of that. You know how they have all these terms, all these names. They say, oh, you have anxiety, you have depression, you have bipolar, you have this and that. I have this very unpopular theory that people, these diseases are not real, in terms of people have lives that that extremely dissatisfying to them. They are suffering in these relationships. They are living with the person they don't really love, or they are living with the person they don't really want, or they are going to the job they hate, or their partner is not satisfying their true desires. Something is going on. Something is going on. That's why this person is anxious, or that's why this person is depressed. There are reasons for that. So honestly, I think that sometimes you have to go through the pain, you have to tell the truth. People will call you bully, they will call you drama queen, but you are bold. It takes a lot of courage to tell people what's really going on, and a lot of people can get hurt by that. But then you remember that time is ticking and we only have that much time to do what we actually want to do. I think there is nothing more sad than being in the last quarter of your life, last month of your life, last week of your life, last day of your life, and realizing that everything you done was against your heart, against your will. You lived in a cage. You didn't even let yourself dream, and you were trying to please, please, and please. And also, you were trying to please people that never loved you in the first place. So honor yourself, use this time. If for those of you who just joined, you can watch this video from the beginning, but use this time to do those things you were not able to do and start a new life. We are very blessed because in the lens of one life, we can actually live several lives. We can live them deeper, more joyous, more joyful, and in the lens of one life, we can live many wonderful lives. So one of your lives has ended. I believe that probably there were many good things in it, but that had ended and something new is starting. I would not go backwards. Honestly, it's amazing to me how popular is getting your ex back videos are. For me, I just do not understand why you ever want to work backwards to someone who already showed you, especially talking from a woman perspective, to someone who already showed you that he does not want you in the first place. He doesn't want you, he doesn't need you, and he discarded you. When you discard trash, yesterday we had a trash day, when you discard trash, you put trash outside, do you hope that part of that trash will climb out, dust off, and like knock on your door, whatever you have in that trash can? Do you kind of hope that maybe you put your, whatever you put in it, it will like, oh, you know what, I know they want me, I'm gonna be creative and I'm gonna make it back, I know they cannot wait for me? No, you'll be disappointed. It's like, oh my God, didn't they just put you? If our garbage could walk, and it will get out of garbage can and start walking toward the house, you would make sure that you put some extra protection. You would make sure that you call some walking garbage removal service. I mean, you would be on guard. But the last thing on your mind is you're hoping that garbage will pick itself, from the can and go toward you. So that's it. And the thing is, you're not garbage. If you had life before you met that person, we come to this world by ourselves. We are blessed to share experiences and love and joy and pain and frustration with others. But we will also, at some point, at our own timing, we will depart. So it's our job to make things fun. To me, there is nothing more discouraging than trying to get back with somebody, especially as a woman. With men, I may consider making video for men, because men could work a little bit to have more chances with somebody they truly want. But the woman is a receiver. We are not fighting for you. We are not, that's another video, that we are not fighting for you whatsoever. We cannot fight for you. We cannot win you over, because we are receivers. We are more on the passive side, and you are more on initiative and leadership side and aggressive side and pursuing side. When the woman tries to make it happen, it's 100% going to not only fail, but it's going to be miserable, and it's going to be a regrettable decision. All right, okay, I am done, y'all. I'm done talking. Pops used to tell me that getting back together with an ex is like sip of sour milk and putting the carton back in the fridge, hoping it won't be sour the next time. Exactly. And ladies, I put this butterfly just for you because butterfly is symbol. I mean, I didn't put it just for you, but I put it for you as a symbol of being light. Release the heavy weight, release the heavy thought, and just start dreaming again. This actually was part of my little Mother's Day gift from one very handsome young man that now making his own money. And I love butterflies. So this, but I want to make sure that to remind you about being a butterfly, being light, being beautiful, and being able to dream. Yeah, I don't know in that one. Somebody is saying that I think that if you spend a significant amount of time with a person in your life, you can still be friends. I have no interest whatsoever to be friends with any of my past relationships whatsoever. But you may have been united by some interests. Maybe you did become friends and both of you kind of got into the platonic space because you already had this. I could see how sometimes it could be possible, but for me, in this point in my life, I need no mess. I want clarity. Clarity. And I don't need any drama, and I need no frenemies. You know, when you have a friend that wish he could be with you, but he's not with you, he's telling he's happy for you, but he's really not happy for you, and he hope that you will break up with whoever you're happy with. So, but thank you for sharing your opinion. Everybody is different, but literally you couldn't pay me to connect with any of my exes. I just have no interest. It's almost like you have a short that you had when you were in 7th grade, and you try to put that short when you are in your 20s or 30s, and you're like, dang, this short feels like I landed this short, says button up, from my younger sister. It feels wrong. So so I would keep it where it belongs. um Jim says, I remained friends with my first wife until I started dating my forever wife. Okay. And of course, it's different, guys, when you are having children and you were married. This is where you almost have to be friends, but this is a different story. We need to learn how to let go and how to lose. Yeah, your ex is an ex for a reason. Take the lesson and leave the shame behind. Yes, exactly, precious. Okay. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for posting my contacts. So, my dear friends, I'm glad that I was able to connect with you this evening, and this is not so late. I'm gonna try to have maybe only one time a week later night show. I think now I have more ladies on the channel. We need to get our beauty sleep. Plus, a lot of us want to enjoy some personal time. So at night, sometimes we'll still have our shows, but I would prefer having them a little bit early. So we all have some personal time. Oh, all right, guys. From Michigan with love, wonderful to see you today. Thank you so much for the request. Feel free to send me your something about you, your story, any questions you have, you can join my Patreon. Here is a link in the chat. You can send me an email, consultveronica@gmail.com. You can also send me a Cash App. I would appreciate that. But if you do that, feel free to write a question or a topic request. Same with PayPal. Also, you can share your thoughts at absolutely no extra cost. Just down in the comments below, you can share your situations. And once again, you can send your email if you want me to read your email. You can do that as well. And if you want any of my personal services, just contact me on at consultveronica@gmail.com. I'm always open to ideas, and it's always nice to hear from you. So thank you so much. I will post my information once again below in the first comment under the video. Thank you so much for joining. Give me some ideas of things you want to hear and you want to talk about, because I want things to be relevant. By the way, I purchased a new, how you call it, software for the live video, but I need a little bit of time to learn it, so I'm gonna try to apply it next time. Thank you so much. And guys, let's get this channel grown a little bit. Please share. One of the best thing you can ever do for me is share the videos, the channel with somebody that you trust, like, and you think that they may enjoy and contribute to our discussions. That is one of the best things that you can ever do, and show your appreciation. And also, my stats are showing that about 60% of people who watch my channel are not subscribed. So you're missing out, because if you're not subscribed and you don't have the all button, you're gonna miss out on some shows that will become private. So if you're having fun, if you enjoy the content, if you want to contribute, your subscription will mean a lot to me. It shows your trust. It shows that you are enjoying the channel, and it gives me the inspiration to do more and to connect with you more. So thank you so very much, my dear friends. And of course, thank you for my consistent supporters. I truly do appreciate you more than I can tell. Jay Bear says, I've divorced 25 years. Just a couple of days ago, May 11th. Free is the best way to describe it. Yeah, I have some, I've been watching some people who are talking about, the free lifestyle and all of that. Everything has upsides and downsides. What is free? When you are 35 and 45 and even 55, is not always free, same free when you're 85. And this is what these people forget to tell you. They forget to tell you that sometimes when you start rapidly aging, and you are into your 70s, and if you're lucky into your 80s, and you've never had meaningful relationships, you never had family, it's very hard. It's very, very hard. Trust me. I know. I'll tell you, no, if since you're new on my channel, I'll tell you later how I know. It is very, very painful. So I think there is time and place for everything. And a lot of people in this world, or in this era, we have full-blown gender war, right? And a lot of people are giving up. But this channel is not about giving up, though, at all. This channel is about finding yours. And I think it's great to take breaks and to change your goals, but you really need to ask yourself, when nobody's watching, nobody's looking, what will make you happy, not only while you're young. Life does not end at 45. We all want to look forward to something further on in life. And I think this is the problem with the me culture right now. The problem with this culture, oh, I'm doing everything for me, I'm free, I don't want anybody, or women are evil, men are cheaters. A lot of people who never learned how to create a meaningful relationship make a good choice. Some of the women that they show on this red pill or MGTOW live streams, they are absolutely horrible. I don't even know women like that. So it's a very slippery ice. We just need to know and try to have a vision for ourselves, for our own life, right? So once again, that could be another great discussion of freedom is freedom in one age, but freedom could be loneliness and pain in another age. Jim says 45. I just hit 65 and hoping to kickstart my new life. Well, I'm hoping for you as well, Jim. I'm just saying, for people who do not have same things that they enjoy in their 20s and 30s are gonna be the same things they are looking up to when they're in their 60s, and it's not gonna be the same thing. I'm not in my 60s, but I've been around people who are older, and I talk to them. And I also lost somebody that I love dearly, that had a lot going on when he was young, but had very little going on when he was older, and how tough that was. So age is not just a number, but that's another topic. I love you guys, and if I will not stop talking, I will be late. And what would I say? Because nobody knows about my channel. I love you guys. If nobody told you today, you're always loved, you are blessed, and do the most of your day. Thank you so much, and I will see you very soon.